Hello and welcome to another video. So we have one of the final card reveals. We don't have too many cards left. I can't be 100% on exactly how many, but it's got to be under 10 cards left, well and truly. So we've just had 8 cards revealed. I've edited them into a better file format so they're more visible, which you can check out on my Twitter, and we'll go over them here now. So the first one was actually revealed by Shadowverse themselves, which is Iron Maiden, Havencraft, 4-drop Amulet, countdown 2, at the end of your turn, deal 2 damage to a random enemy follower. It can't attack next turn. So this actually works almost as well as Tribunal in some regards. You're going to be playing at turn 4, you're going to be locking down your opponent's board so they can't actually attack you. You're also getting that 2 damage, and it works twice in a row. That happens obviously for countdown every time. So you get the initial one, you get the next one, and then the amulet busts the one after that. So we got, that's not too bad. I can see this being played averagely. Maybe not much over Tribunal, but maybe in some kind of lockdown style deck. Then we have Earthshock Orc. I apologize for the quality of the images, but they're the best that I could get from the website that actually hosted them. So that's not important, but we've got a neutral 8-drop, 6/6. Fanfare, deal 3 damage to an enemy, and then Evolve, deal 3 damage to an enemy. So you can get at maximum 6 damage straight off the 8-drop for the Evolve. Don't get a stats boost from what I saw with the article, so that kind of sucks, but they could change that, so who knows. After all stats and abilities are always subject to change. That's actually quite interesting. It's definitely slow, so I don't know whether it will see much play, but it's not a bad kind of neutral card. Then we've got Ivy Spellbomb, a forest card. Fits pretty nicely with forest overall. 3-drop bronze. Pretty easy to pay for with vials. Deal 3 damage to an enemy follower, then deal 2 damage to the enemy leader if at least 2 other cards were played this turn. So you can use it for a clear, you can use it as a Dance of Death extra damage. It's just a nice way to chip away at your opponent. I think this will see a reasonable amount of play overall. It's definitely not a bad card. I don't know whether people want to take it in over Sylvian Justice, though. That's where it's going to be competing with. A 2-drop, 2 damage, get a fairy. So it'll be interesting to see. Then, next on the list, we have Jolly Rogers, Swordcraft card. I don't know what trait it has, whether it's an officer or a commander. I would guess a commander, just based off the card's imagery, and being Jolly Rogers looks like a captain, so I would say he's a commander. The article that posted these didn't actually state which one he was. So we got a 6-drop, 5/6 fanfare. Randomly gain Rush, Bane, or Ward. So you get one of those 3 effects. Pretty alright. If you can get, Ward or Rush, you're pretty set. Bane also isn't too bad, but probably not the best. So, well, actually, Bane and Ward might be better because you can take the Evolve and turn it to a 7/8 and automatically get Rush. So you actually get 2 combinations. Definitely interesting. Mage of Nightfall, Runecraft card. 3-drop, 3/2, pretty normal stat line. Earthright, gain +1/+1 in ambush, so you could set up a kind of, I guess, an ambush rune deck where you're using the Earthrights to control the board and you're using this sort of card to get damage in. Not too bad. Not much to say, you're pretty standard, I guess. Dragon Slayer's price. Okay, so a 4-drop dragon spell. Discard your hand, then deal 5 damage to all followers. Now, I'm not 100% on whether this will work with an empty hand, meaning you can play this and then have nothing in your hand and deal 5 damage for free. If it is, wow, that's insane. If not, you're going to probably want to be playing this in either a discard dragon style deck where you're going for game, or in a deck that you're already burning nearly all your cards and have maybe 1 card in hand and you're not losing too much. Similar to the way you would play Daria, so that you're not losing everything. And since it's discard your hand and not banish your hand, this will work with stuff like PTP quite well. So, I don't know, this isn't a bad card. It's definitely not bad. It's somewhere in the good to better range. It's probably a little bit better than Salamander, maybe, but Salamander has a little bit more versatility, so that's going to be its direct competition. It's a gold spell that deals area of effect damage to an enemy. And obviously all your followers, so you do have to be careful with it with the 5 damage to all followers effect, but that's still It's going to be interesting. I don't reckon I'll see much play because Salamander will outclass it, but it's definitely, you know, your average kind of gold card, so it's not bad. Now, the Prince of Catacomb, Shadowcraft. 3 drop with 1/1 of stats, so very low stats, but its effect is where it shines. Fanfare. All allied followers. Actually meant to be all allied followers gain last word. Wow, I really stuffed that up, didn't I? So, meant to be give all allied followers. Yeah, no, that's right. Give all allied followers last word. That's okay. Well, I did write it right, so that's okay. Summon a skeleton. So every single one of your followers on board, so a maximum 4 are going to be gaining Summon a Skeleton. And I don't know whether that will trigger on itself or not. I don't know if it will. Then we have Mask of the Black Death. Probably my favorite card for its art and name. It just seems really unique and I like its style. 2-drop Amulet for Blood. Countdown 5. Whenever your leader takes damage, reduce the damage to 0. Subtract the same amount of damage from this amulet's countdown. If there is more than one allied Mask of the Black Death in place, subtract this amount from the countdown of each. So, this card right here, along with Blood Moon, is going to create a whole new set of amulet-based blood decks. I can tell right now. You've now got a card that is going to take at least 5 damage from your health. And if you're playing against an aggro deck, they're not going to get any damage in for at least the first 3 turns if you drop this on 2. So there goes any kind of sword, any kind of storm, just anything that's looking for low chip damage at the start of a game, this is going to counter it. And any spell damage as well. So you're not going to see any, you know, Blood Fangs real early or anything like that. And it works extremely well late game. You're going to be blocking 5 damage every single time you drop this, no matter when you drop it. That's just insane. And you combo that with Blood Moon for 3, you know, turn 5, you drop a Mask of the Black Death. Then you also drop a Blood Moon. Wow, your Vengeance is just... this is going to be crazy. You've now got a card that can protect you. You've got a card that can activate Vengeance without having to drop your health, so you can stay at 20. You've got plenty of healing options in Blood already that are quite good, and many, many damage options. This is just insane. I don't know what they were thinking making such good cards. I would nearly, like, I don't want to jinx it too early without actually playing the card, but I would say between this and Blood Moon, you've got a really overpowered blood class. Unless something really earth-shattering destroys it, this is just crazy. And, whoops, our last card, Octo Bishop. Another one of those weird, you know, Owlcat and Frogbat kind of cards, but for Haven, Octo Bishop. Its art is just hilarious, and I love it. A 4-drop 3/4. Havencraft, yeah, at the end of your turn, restore 3 defense to this follower. And the effect obviously carries over for the evolve. Oops, sorry, okay. So, not bad. It's basically a mini... What is it? A mini Lucifer. You know, a 4-drop 3/4, good stat line, good cost, and a good heal. I can see this working quite well with Elena and other cards like that, so I can see this becoming a staple 4-drop nearly. I know it has to compete with Priest, but in Elena Haven, I'd probably run 2 Priest and 2 of this instead. Or just run the full 3 Priest and a couple of these just as extra. But then again, you may not need it because you're running the Lucifers, so it's definitely interesting. But you can gain up to 6 if you played 2 of these instead of 1 Lucifer, so... I think they made this card really well. It's a bronze, so it's really low cost. That's kind of surprising. I expected it to be a silver or gold style card for something like this. And I think it's great, so definitely interesting. So we'll do just the quick recap of all the cards that have been announced. We have Iron Maiden, which I would give probably a 5 out of 10, about an average. Probably 4 out of 10. Another probably 5, about average. This one, I don't know. It's hard to judge it. I would probably put it below 5, but I'm not sure where. Definitely below 5, probably about a 3 or 4 out of 10, I would say, for competitiveness. That's what I'm ranking most of these on. Discard your hand. I don't even want to try and rate this one. I don't know where it's going to sit. It's either going to be really strong or really weak, and I'm leaning towards probably a 3 or 4 range if it ends up on the weaker side. Prince of the Catacombs, probably weak. Mask of the Black Death I can see being right up there in the top, probably around an 8 out of 10 for how competitive this card will be. And Octo Bishop sitting at a nice 6 or 7 with it having a nice versatility and utility for the card. So, thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We'll have much more content on the way with the expansion, and we should be, hopefully, working with some of the Shadow Nexus guys over on their channel, so you can go check that out. Do subscribe. They're trying to reach at least 100 subs as quickly as they can. Show your support. It really helps everyone in the community. So I'll catch you guys next time, and see ya.